Hey everyone, Dr. K here, coming to you from Integrative Health Management. Wanted to come on and talk about a really important topic, tap water. How bad is tap water for you? I wanted to discuss that today because this is something I discuss with all of my clients that come in. One of the very first things that I discuss because it's so important. It's a foundation of a lot of different issues. And you'd be shocked, you'd really be shocked as to what tap water does and what's in tap water. And I'll leave you some comments below that you can look into yourself and research yourself, because this is, when I see clients first, this is one of the very first things I ask. Is your water filtered? Do you drink tap water? What kind of water do you drink? What do you eat? What medications are you taking? Those are the very few basic things that I look at because of chemicals. Chemicals are just, they're astounding as to what they're doing within the system. So tap water, how many of you drink tap water? Maybe you're filtering your water, maybe you're not. How many of you are just getting a glass of water from the sink? How many of you are filtering your water? We're gonna go over a couple of things that I think are really important to discuss. So some basic contaminants within tap water all across the board are, I'm gonna read them off to you: lead, chlorine, chloramides, mercury, volatile organic compounds, and there's a whole list of those that goes under that category. Pharmaceuticals, herbicides, pesticides, parasites, methyl tertiary butyl ether, that's another chemical. This is, and fluoride. These are very basic, common ones that are found in water in different areas. So, when water works like this, we dump a whole lot of things down the sink. I've been guilty of it too. We clean our pipes with like Drano. We dump pharmaceuticals down. We dump chemicals down your utility sink, right? You dump plastics down, or all sorts of other things. We just unconsciously sometimes do this, not thinking that this goes into a sewage system. And from the sewage system, there's a couple of treatments that are done, but then it kind of goes, there's where it gets recirculated is back into the lake, and then it gets recirculated back into our water one way or another, and we re-drink it. So I strongly suggest to really take a look at what contaminants are in your water. You can do this by going to a website at www.ewg.org, and it will direct you to your city. You put in your zip code and it will direct you to what types of contaminants are specific to your area. In my area specifically, I put in my zip code and I looked up, there are 16 different contaminants in the area around me, and I'm not even going to list them all, but bromo dichloromethane, it's at 100, and it tells you the levels. It's been noted at 154 times the allowed amount. Chloroform, chromium. Chromium is not necessarily a bad thing if it's in the right format. If it's in a supplement format, I use it for my diabetic patients to help reduce their sugars. It's one of the supplements that I use, but this is a hexavalent, so it's like a chromium 6. So it's not in a healthy format. Dibromoacetic acid, dichloroacetic acid. There's 16 different ones. I'm not even going to list them all, and it tells you the levels, it tells you the effect, and a lot of these, if not most of them, are carcinogenic, meaning causing cancer. So sometimes, amongst many other factors, I have to wonder, why are people getting so sick? Why are they getting so many conditions? And people are like, well, I don't know where cancer came from. I don't know, parasites. I don't know where I picked up parasites. You can pick up parasites from your water if it's not filtered. There's all sorts of stuff floating around in there. It's crazy. But some people tell me, and this was a real eye-opener, some people tell me, well, I filter my water. I have a Brita filter and I drink filtered water. Okay, great. Britas are not the best, but it's better than nothing. But the other places, don't forget, you take a shower, and if you're not filtering shower water, it goes through the pores of your skin, and over time, you're taking shower after shower, it accumulates in your organ systems. Other places you get it is when you go out to eat to restaurants. They're using tap water. They're using tap water to make drinks. The other sneaky place that I see is people have either filtration systems on their sink, on their faucet, if they're not doing a whole home filtration system, or they'll have a Brita or zero filter. Great. But what do you boil your noodles in? What do you boil your vegetables in? What do you steam your vegetables in? What do you cook with? You're using the tap water, right? You just go to the sink, fill up your pan or your pot, and off you go. Don't forget, all that is now being reabsorbed into your vegetable, into your rice, into your noodles, into your potatoes, whatever you're making. So don't forget, this is another area, you're accumulating it. So the things that I would recommend, what do you do then? What's the best thing to do? Berkey filters are amongst probably the best filtration systems around. You actually put your tap water in, there's various gallon levels. You can just go to berkey.com, it's berkey.com, and you just pick one, and it really removes pretty much 97% of all these nonsense things. It's a really good filtration system. It takes a little while to filter. So what I tell people is filter the water, get some, preferably glass jugs or some pitchers, and fill it up, or just drink it straight out of the thing, because it'll hold it, and there's a little spigot, and you can, it's just like a coffee at a wedding, you see those coffee things, it'll just dispense that water for you. That's number one. Number two, you can get spring water, research your spring water, and make sure there's not a whole lot of metal toxins in your spring water around you, but you just get a unit like you've seen probably in various offices, and you just, move a little button and it'll dispense the water. Get spring water delivered to your home. It's relatively inexpensive. It's about $100 for a unit, and you can get as many gallons as you want delivered to your home, and they range anywhere from $5 or $13, I think, a gallon. Really, relatively inexpensive there. And the third thing you can do is you can get a whole home filtration system. Pristine is a good company. You'll have to have somebody install it. Yes, this is a much larger investment, but over time probably will save you a lot of money. And make sure you're getting a reverse osmosis filter. So RO water is good, reverse osmosis, and the more filtration it has, the better. But get some sort of unit, and even get a whole home filtration system, because I use a specific device to see, I use a biofeedback device that tells me what levels of toxicity somebody has, and if certain things show up, I go on to ordering some functional medicine tests, which are urine tests that dive even deeper and really look at some of these organic compounds and seeing what levels are in somebody's system. And then we go in and we can detoxify these and get it out of the system. But the key is not to reintroduce it back in, because what's the point if we detoxify and then we reintroduce it back in? So really looking at those things. If you cannot afford a whole home filtration system, at least get a Berkey filter or some spring water, or at best, a zero water or a reverse osmosis filter. A lot of refrigerators have those. They won't pull out everything, but at least it's better than nothing, so you don't accumulate so many of these things in your system. Berkey also has a shower attachment that you can buy, that you can attach on your shower, that will filter the shower water if you can't invest in a whole home filtration system. So there's various things you can do, and I think these things are really important, because a lot of these chemicals are not, the parasites are in by themselves, but a lot of the heavy metals are implicating your neuroendocrine system, meaning your nerves. It will implicate your nerves. It will cause potential problems in your pituitary gland, in your thyroid gland, in your stomach. It can cause problems in so many different organs, and often you don't even know, like, you've gotten sick and you don't know why you're having stomach problems all of a sudden, or why you're having thyroid problems. The key with the thyroid is finding out what's causing it. Your doctor will put you on medication. You have your thyroid's off. Okay, why? Let's look at the source. That's what I do in my practice. I look at the source. I do a lot of detoxification. When you remove the offending thing, a lot of times the organ will start to restore itself. We just start healing itself. So maybe you can just get off of your medications. Medications also have a lot of heavy metals in them as well. So you're accumulating things there. They need those to bind the ingredients so they don't deteriorate. So there's so many different angles where we get toxicity from, and toxicity will play a huge role in your nerval function. So you'll get burning, tingling, neuropathy, all these different things. Viruses is another thing, they'll sit in places. And so these two things start playing off of each other, and it becomes a really big mess. So one of the first places I look is, let's look at your water system. What's going on there? What else are you eating? What else are you doing? And we go through a little bit of a stepwise approach, cleaning some things up, and then restoring some of the organ systems and getting some improvement on the organs, whatever they may be. So hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions or you'd like some more information, please feel free to email me at drkdrk@ihm ohio.com. I'll put that information. It's going to be in the description. And please subscribe below. I try to do as many videos as I can to be helpful and to give people the information so that you can get to your better health and you can gain control of your health again. Be in control of your health instead of, going round and round not getting the answers that you need. So till we chat next time, take good care.